Hi, this is Lena. In my book, Chronic Christmas, Surviving the Holidays with a Chronic Illness, I talk about how the people of Denmark are very good at creating a special atmosphere for Christmas. This has a lot to do with the many small touches that together create a lovely and special atmosphere throughout the holiday season. One of those small touches is an orange with cloves hung in the windows. And today I'm going to show you how to make one. What you're going to need is an orange. Navel oranges are the best because they have a nice thick skin. You'll want to leave it out of the fridge for a while to warm up because it makes it easier to put the cloves into the orange. You can also roll it like this to loosen the skin from the interior of the orange a bit. Whole cloves. And if I'd had a smaller ramekin, that would have looked nicer, but this is what we got, because I believe in planning ahead. Red silk ribbons, which my wonderful friend AB brought me from Denmark. And if you, like me, have arthritis or other conditions that affect your dexterity and strength, a knitting needle or a small screwdriver is also a great idea. I'll tell you why in a bit. And a pair of scissors. You start with your ribbon, not too wide, about a centimeter, which is, quarter of an inch, thereabouts. You want enough that it can go around the orange twice, plus have some left over for hanging in the window. So be generous. You can always cut things off afterwards. So what you start with, see the navel at the top there? You put the ribbon right in the middle of the orange so it covers the navel, and you hold it tight, and you go down to the bottom, you cross it there, and then you bring it back up, David wanted me to practice this. I told him I was fine. It turns out it's a muscle memory. I've done this often enough in my childhood that my hands know how to do it. But if you haven't done it before, practice a bit. Okay, and then you will, famous last words. So you tie it tight. Can I have a finger? Thank you. And then you tie a second one. And I may not have made this long enough. Yeah, well, we'll see. At the very end, come on. There. Once you're done, like, ideally these two ends should be the same length, which you're not because, okay, I'm not that smart. So you tie these two together, and we'll do that later. We're going to start with the cloves in a way that will help hold the ribbon in place. And this is where the knitting needle comes in, because sticking these cloves into orange skin is really hard. It hurts like at times. It hurts like heck. It's family friendly, because you want to do this with your kids, actually. I learned as a small girl, and I remember the pain, the unique pain of pushing cloves into oranges, but it's, it's how you learn that sometimes a little pain can create something beautiful. What I figured out is, you take the knitting needle or your small screwdriver, and you pierce the skin, and what you're going to do is put a clove right in this corner, because that will hold the ribbon in place. So one in each. And don't worry if it's not perfect. That's part of the point. So in each of those little holes, take a clove, and you put it into the hole, and then you push it in. Oh, come on. There. And this is why I'm wearing my splints. the unique ring splits from Digi-Splints in Canada. And they didn't pay me to say that, but man is it good if your joints hurt. That's on the top end, and then you do the same on the bottom end. I have these wonderful memories that are coming rushing back now of sitting at the dining room table at home or in the kitchen and making these oranges. My mom usually helped me with the ribbon because I wasn't fantastically coordinated as a child. So until I learned it myself, she did it for me, and then I pushed in the cloves. We have them at the end and at the top. And that can be enough, but you want more clove smell, clove aroma to permeate the room. So now we create patterns in each of these fields with the cloves, and you can do whatever you want. You can line up the cloves on next to the ribbon. You can do something in the middle. You can do both. You can do as much or as little as you want. It is entirely up to you. The tradition is that each field is fairly much the same. I don't know why, but it looks nice. Symmetry, you know. I want to talk about perfection, or rather the lack of. One of the wonderful things about Danish decorations is that there's a big focus on having your kids be part of creating these decorations, which means they are often, shall we say, rustic, imperfect, and that's the whole charm. Danish decorations are so much more about charm than perfection, and in my opinion that's has a lot to do with why Christmas is just so much less stressful, because it's okay not to be perfect. See this? See, these are more or less next to each other. These very much aren't. Sorry, grammar issues. And I don't care, because it's going to smell good and it's going to look good. There. And it's done. If you have curtain rods, I have to find the word. This gets a little interesting. Then it involves standing on a ladder, and you put it around the curtain rod and tie a bow on the other end, and then it hangs like this from the curtain. Or anywhere else you can hang something. It's, again, completely up to you.